Where are you from?
First, you gotta ask my name, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, what is your name?
Okay, my name is Bontavi Sangsiri.
Okay.
Want to have her spell it for you? So just in case you want to put her names in the credits.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
Okay, it's B like boy, OUNTHAVY. The last name spelled with SENGSIRI.
Okay. And where are you from?
I'm from Laos.
What do you mean by that? Like, where is it?
Okay, the Laos is located in Southeast Asia. It's between China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand.
Okay, and what was it like living there?
The time back in 1975, the communists take over the country. So the life is become hard because the government changing and they make us work hard and we don't get enough food to eat.
When you say you had to work hard, like what kind of work did you have to do?
We going doing like a farming, working in the field all day. And the student, like myself, that time I was 14 at the time, so we don't got to get to school. We have to work. Helping out other in the rice field, or they making us work in the something like they call down the road, making the road or something, hard work out in the sun all day.
Wow.
And sleep, in the bush, is a lot of mosquito and all that. We don't, sometimes we sleep under the tree at night, putting the net over, and then, there's no house. I mean, sleep out in the field.
And then have to make you wake up and just go.
Yeah, right. How to work, and then taking shower in the dirty water, in the pond, that dirty water, and it's a hard life.
What happened if people didn't do the work?
So if you refuse to work when they tell you to, and they're gonna put you in jail, so they think that you are against the system that you not follow, so they're gonna put you in jail.
Wow.
So you have to work.
So was that a push factor? Like, is that one of the reasons why you left?
Yes. The number one reason that you is kind of push out from there, because of life changing. There's no food to eat, and you're working hard, and then also for education, the kid like myself, they putting the new system change. You cannot learn English, other than Russians. Learn the language that, and then you mostly working instead of going to the school.
Okay. How did you get to America?
Okay. Back in 1980, October 1980, so I escaped out from the country, and then I crossed the border from Laos to Thailand to the camp. The U.S. government, they set up the camp in Thailand. It's called Ubon Camp for the refugee at that time. So I escaped from the country and then go to Thailand camp and stay there. Approximately is about 8 months. So in that camp during that time, so the government of USA government, they providing us with the food, but it's not that great. They have hospital in there. In that camp, they have hospital, they have food, they have school. They set up the school, to learn English. And I was sick when I get to the camp. I don't know what happened, so I don't get chance to learn English because I was so sick. And then you're gonna pass interview, and then you're gonna they set up the physical examinations.
Yeah.
They give you the visa. In the camp, they set up everything. So during those 8 months, I was in the camp, and we have to pass all these exam and everything, and then they give you the visa. So by the time that I left the camp, it was 1981. In August, I left the camp, and then we came by the flight. It's called TWA that time, and then we flew from the camp to San Francisco, and then I stay overnight in Oakland, and then we transferred to Seattle. That's where my sponsors are there at the time.
So you had to get sponsored to come to the
Yes.
United States. What does that mean, a sponsor?
Okay, the sponsors mean the person who's gonna be in charge of you when you get here. You get help from them. They're gonna provide you with the living, place to live. Make sure that you have, health care, providing health care. Make sure they take you to the place that you need to go. For the, helping you with the school, with the housing, with the food. Make sure you get all that. And I got a sponsor by the church. They live in Seattle. So when I get here, they take me to, to get the Social Security number. And they're taking me to the welfare department. They're taking me to the school to register. And they make sure that I found the apartment to live. So we are like 4 in the family. And then we get all that. And then so we got to go to school. And I studied English like 8 months. When I get here, I don't speak English at all. So that's really, really hard for me.
Ms. Sincere, if I have you go back really quickly. Earlier you said that you had to escape from your home country, from Laos. What do you mean when you say escape? You can't just leave?
No, you cannot leave the country because if the government saw that you did, they're going to kill you. Because they don't want the people to live there. So they think that you against them and they're afraid that you're going to bring the matter out from the country and then by like a spies or something, and then so they afraid of that. So you have to hide, escape out. I've escaped out in the night, like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's really, really dark. You cannot even turn on the light. If they see you, they shoot you. They kill you. Yeah. So you have to hide yourself. Even myself, with my parents, so my mom didn't tell my dad that I'm going to escape out from the country because in the family, we don't trust each other.
Wow.
So my dad didn't know that we're gonna go.
So did you come here by yourself or with your mother?
No, I come the first time when I escaped by myself. One of my best friend, together, and then we escaped, and then later on, 3 months later, and my mom came over. So we escaped at a different time.
Thank you for going back, Ms. Sincere. So where you left off before I interrupted you is you were talking about when you first got over